And it looks like Lil Kim is lying again. That's the reaction from the White House and just about every scientist to the claim that North Korea has set off a hydrogen bomb, or what the dictator Kim Jong-un's government is calling an H-bomb for justice. The regime's propaganda arm now claims it tested the bomb in, quote, the most perfect manner. A crowd cheered the announcement as it played out on a huge video screen in the capital, Pyongyang. The North Korean government trashed the United States as a group of, quote, cruel robbers. U.S. officials say it is clear now that North Korea did indeed test some sort of nuclear weapon, one strong enough to trigger what registered as an earthquake with a magnitude of 5.1. But the analysts are together on this part. They say they doubt it was really an H-bomb, one of the most powerful weapons in all the world. This is a picture of an H-bomb explosion from the 1950s. We also have video showing the wall of fire that vaporizes everything in sight. Hydrogen bombs can be thousands of times stronger than even an atomic bomb, like the ones the U.S. dropped on Japan in World War II. Analysts say the blast they detected in North Korea this time seemed to them too small to be that of an H-bomb. And the surprise announcement comes from the same regime that claims, after all, that the dictator Kim Jong-un was driving cars at the age of 3. So, not exactly the world's most trustworthy government. Still, scientists say it could have been some other type of nuclear bomb, and that has nations around the world on alert. The UN Security Council held an emergency meeting today. The U.S. Defense Secretary Ash Carter spoke with South Korea's defense chief. We're told they agreed there should be consequences. And even North Korea's last major ally in all the world, China, is critical after the massive blast sparked evacuations at some Chinese schools. It's a big story. Leah Gabriel is here with the details. Tell us what U.S. leaders are saying.
Well, Shep, they're saying that this is irresponsible behavior from the impoverished country and that it just further isolates the country. And as you mentioned, the White House expressing skepticism about North Korea's claims.
We're obviously going to continue to look at this by monitoring the situation, assessing the available data and evidence. The initial analysis is not consistent with the claims the regime has made of a successful hydrogen bomb test.
And meantime, the Pentagon says that, as we mentioned, Defense Secretary Ash Carter discussed potential responses to this apparent nuclear test with his South Korean counterpart by phone today. The two agreed that such a nuclear test by North Korea would be unacceptable and irresponsible act that threatens the entire region. And Shep, a White House spokesman says that National Security Advisor Susan Rice has already spoken with the Chinese ambassador and that they agreed that neither country could accept North Korea as a nuclear-armed country.
All right. Do we know if North Korea is in possession of a missile that can carry a nuclear bomb to the United States?
Well, Shep, the consensus of most analysts at this point is that North Korea has not yet developed the capability to make an effective nuclear warhead small enough to travel the distance to the U.S. But in the meantime, North Korea's dictator clearly wanting the world to be afraid. Today, North Korean state TV showed this photo of him signing the order on January 3rd to proceed with the nuclear test, saying, quote, by opening the solemn curtain of the year 2016 with the thrilling, explosive sound of the first hydrogen bomb, let the whole world admire the nuclear weapon-possessing, powerful, socialist North Korea. Well, North Korea has conducted 3 nuclear tests that we know of so far, Shep. This would be the 4th. The U.S. is working with regional allies to collect evidence and then analyze that, but it could take weeks to confirm what this is, if they are able to confirm it at all.